the Principal Secretary in charge of Public Service and Human Capital Development, Bwana Amos Kathesha, the Chair of KASNEB, Dr. Nancy Muriuki, the CEO of KASNEB, Professor Leting, board members, CEOs of state and private sector institutions present, members of professional bodies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm really honored to address this distinguished gathering on the occasion of the Kenya Accountants and Secretaries National Examinations Board International Conference, bringing together professionals from across East Africa and beyond to advance discourse on the impact of disruptions to professionals and also to explore possible coping mechanisms. Allow me to begin by commending KASNEB for mounting this conference and all of you for finding it worthwhile to attend. This is a testament of your quest for continuous learning, which is the bedrock of success in today's dynamic environment. Congratulations to you all and to KASNEB on your 55th anniversary. It has been a pivotal journey of service to our great nation and beyond. This conference is most timely as reflected in the theme of unleashing potential, shaping the future of international professionals in the blue space. We are indeed living in an era of rapid change. Regular reflection on the emerging issues shaping your profession is not only essential, but also critical for survival, growth, and progress of the individual members and also of your institutions. I have been specifically requested, which I was to do on Wednesday, to give insights and reflections on the role of professionals in good governance and efficient public service delivery in the digital age, a period in human history characterized by unbridled deployment of all manner of technologies, quantum computing, Web3, robotics, big data, artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, cloud computing, etc. These technologies have become critical drivers of everything we are undertaking, whether at workplace, in our daily lives, and also as nations. Indeed, management and decision-making in this era are predicted on open, democratized sharing, spread and distribution of data, information, and knowledge in a highly paced, almost instantaneous manner. The consequential effect is that traditional systems of governance have experienced major disruptions with the life cycles of new discoveries, innovations, methods, and approaches becoming extremely short, putting pressure on organizations and professionals like yourselves to keep innovating in order to enhance individual and business sustainability. This, coupled with the workplace of tomorrow, where younger, the millennials and Gen Zs, highly tech-savvy employees are looking for much more from a job than just monetary remuneration. This presents professionals with a very complex, dynamic, and demanding work environment. Further, these younger generation workers are at the cutting edge of technology and are unapologetically deploying digital skills to disrupt the status quo, shape public opinion and decision-making, thus making the environment very unpredictable. The results are that today's business and work environment are marked by high competition for employees, projects, clients' influence, market dominance, and industry players are willing to go to all lengths to acquire competitive advantage over their competitors. So, what is your role as professionals in this environment? My view is that your fundamental role has not changed. It remains to deliver high-quality, professional services to your clients, obeying and enforcing industry standards and codes of conduct, protecting client data and information, and safeguarding public confidence in your profession. So it has not changed, despite the disruptions that we are seeing every other day unfolding. So in the realms of the public service and the private sector, professionals in various fields such as governance, financial and investment analysis, quality management, forensics and fraud, credit management, and information communication technology are the custodians of collective financial integrity. You have the responsibility to oversee the allocation and expenditure of public funds, ensuring every taxpayer shilling is accounted for. You play a pivotal role in ensuring accurate reporting and regulatory compliance, which is essential for maintaining the integrity and reliability of financial systems, promoting public confidence in your professions, and ensuring business survival and continuity. By promoting these principles, you help build a robust framework that not only prevents corruption and mismanagement, but also ensures that public resources are used efficiently and effectively for the benefit of all citizens. It is in performing these roles that you can leverage technology for better service delivery. The government having realized the transformative potential of technology has invested heavily in ICT, with digitalization becoming a key enabler in the achievement of the country's development goals across sectors. The digitalization of government processes, including platforms like eCitizen, have revolutionized citizen engagement with public service, enhancing speed, transparency, and efficiency. For example, eCitizen allows Kenyans to access various services online, such as passport and driving license applications, tax payments, and also land record checks. Indeed, the government has deployed technology in all the sectors, greatly improving access of delivery of public services. So, ladies and gentlemen, the deployment of digital AI technologies is a double-edged sword. On the positive side, it has presented professionals with unprecedented opportunities to improve efficiency. Digital solutions can help streamline processes, reduce human contact, and collapse time and space distance, leading to better service delivery. On the flip side, it has also opened up space for undesirable and unprofessional practices such as espionage, breach of client confidentiality, manipulation of books, fraud, and bribery, which all mount pressure on professionals to make the right choices. Remember, the implicit assumption behind being called a professional is that you have mastered both hardware, which includes skills, knowledge, competences, and software, which includes behavior, attitude, character, values, and principles. So of your profession, and you are able to maintain fidelity to them and steer the profession through all the environmental challenges and changes. I want to repeat this one. With all these issues around us, disruptions, restlessness, and new knowledge coming on, remember the implicit assumption being called a professional is that you have mastered both the hardware, which includes skills, knowledge, competences, and the software, which includes behavior, attitude, character, values, and principles of your profession, and you are able to maintain fidelity to them and steer the profession through all the environmental challenges and changes. So this is what makes a difference between a professional and somebody who has just acquired knowledge in the field that you are in. They look at the hardware and the software. If you don't have values, if your character is questionable, if your attitude is negative, and if your behavior is out of step, then people will query your professional standing. So the big question is, what will guide you so that you remain true to your profession? Answers to these questions point to the two fundamental ideals of governance that have remained the benchmarks of highly performing and successful institutions. These are good governance and ethics. So the bottom line is, as a professional, the indicators, wherever you are, where you work, as you are carrying yourself, there are two fundamental indicators: good governance and areas around ethics. So as you are well aware, the concept of good governance simply refers to how institutions and individuals conduct themselves and how they make decisions, especially in a dynamic environment with numerous competing interests. The two key defining tenets of good governance are, first one is accountability, which demands that people take responsibility for their actions and choices and remain true to those who put them in office. That is what we are missing in this country, whether you are in private sector or public sector. Accountability. It has gone down. And for those in public service, it means managing public resources in a citizen-centric manner, ensuring you are conscious, deliberate, and intentional in putting public resources to the purposes for which they were meant. That is good governance. The second one, apart from accountability, is transparency, ladies and gentlemen. This ensures that your decisions are made in line with existing rules and procedures, and that data and information is available to those who are likely to be affected by these decisions. It means opening and expanding the latitude for scrutiny by your clients and citizens. You have to be transparent and you have to be accountable. So your responsibility as a professional is to ensure accountability, transparency, and the rule of law are always embedded in your actions, your systems, your decisions, and choices as you undertake your duties of oversighting the use and management of financial resources, and maintain the books of accounts for your clients or employees. Accountability, transparency, and rule of law. So by upholding transparency in financial transactions and reporting, professionals can cultivate a culture of integrity and trust within the public or private institutions, and even open your institutions to better and bigger business prospects. Beyond good governance, ethics and ethical behavior stand out as a true north against which you must gauge yourselves as professionals. As alluded earlier, the digital age has heightened competition so much so that as a professional, you will most certainly be confronted with ethical dilemmas, and it is happening all over. Indeed, this country has enough cases of professionals who, against all laid down professional standards and codes of conduct, have been compromised to manipulate books, sell confidential information, and offer discriminatory services. So I encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, to embrace the values of honesty, diligence, fairness, more so in this digital age where nothing can be hidden. Remember the sayings that the internet does not forget. And I'm sure you agree with me, because however much you change your Facebook name or Twitter or whatever, we still know you. We still know the same person. So as you continue to grow in your professional journeys, whether individually or collectively, allow me to suggest some insights you may want to focus on. The first one is partnerships. The digital age has collapsed barriers between professions, employees and management, between sectors, and even countries. And I'm happy that we have all professional bodies, many professional bodies here. I'm told that you had delegations from outside the country, because now to grow in your professional journey, you need all this, because the digital age has collapsed everything. There are no barriers anymore between professions, between employees and management, even between sectors and even countries. So to survive, you need to collaborate with others, for example, across professions and sectors. There is no shortcut. There are no silo operations nowadays. Whether you are an accountant, whether you are a secretary, you will find that you have to deal with the Association of Medics, you have to be with procurement, we have to be with engineers. It cuts across. So as the private sector contributes investment capital, entrepreneurial dynamism, and market insights, driving economic growth and job creations, the government provides regulatory frameworks, infrastructure development, and public policy guidance to support conducive business environment. So you see, you cannot run away. As a private sector player, you cannot run away from government decisions arena. If you run away, you lose it. If you run away from it, you lose it. Because as a private sector player, you are coming in with money to invest. But the government on the other side provides infrastructure around it, provides security, creates an enabling environment. So if you are not present, or if you are not interacting, how will you influence the policies around your sector to make it conducive for your investment and ensure that you have return on your investment? So these are issues where the private sector players sometimes run away from elections. They say politics are for people who are rough, who are uncouth. They say government employees are corrupt. So they don't know anything. Forgetting that these are the decision makers. Those who are going to be elected are the decision makers tomorrow. They are the ones who are going to shape and influence legislation that can affect you. These government bureaucrats are the ones who either regulate you or are charged with responsibility as government to create enabling environment for the private sector. So I urge the private sector also to be always on the table and also to shape the leadership of any country, of any institution, or any profession. They have to be there so that they can be heard to ensure that their desires are taken into consideration. The second issue that I told you is an insight, or during or as you are walking through your professional journeys. The second one is investment in the youth. You have a profound role to play in enhancing opportunities for Kenya's youth who are currently agitating for more from our society. KASNEB professionals equip the young with essential skills for employment and entrepreneurship. You can do more to mentor and guide the youth, offering insights into your career paths, and advocating for policies that promote youth employment and economic inclusion. Because every nation is perpetual. Every government is perpetual. And we need to strive, even those who are in the private sector, to instill some sense of perpetuity in their enterprises, in their businesses. And for that to happen, or to guarantee or ensure that there is that perpetuity, we have to hold the hands of the youth in mentoring them, in availing jobs for them, in ensuring that they get also opportunities in every sphere of our lives so that they can also grow along with ourselves. The third is promoting excellence and ethical conduct. The digital age will continue to present you with many ethical dilemmas and competing interests. Be positive and open yourselves to the potential in digital tools and deploy them for early warning and response to possible technologically driven crime and abuse of professional standards. You have to be aware of this. The fourth is continuous learning. The digital age has little respect for traditions and laxity. The change may be by the day or by the minute. To survive, you must commit to continually learn new skills and align your programs with the changing workplace. Keep in mind the question of relevance and remain alert to how technologies like AI are redefining your jobs. And I'm sure we all know, majority of us here perhaps have taken 2-3 years without going to the bank, but they are transacting. Isn't it so? Except those ones who want to really see the real money from an ATM. But majority of us here We don't even have our relationship managers now anymore. We only go to the app, transfer money, pay so and so, and that's it. You get the receipt. You send it somewhere else, they process your document, you get it. So you need to continually update yourself, or else you'll find yourself jobless. And let us be very alert on technologies like AI, because it is doing almost everything. Why should I hire an accountant? And yet I'll just put all the monies. How much did you pay? I just list. How many have you received? And then I press the button. Give me profit and loss. Give me the other one. Give me what? You are still saying you want to sign and stamp. What do you know about tomorrow? Some regulation will come and say you don't need. You sign yourself because the technology has helped you to do your accounts. So let us be very alert and be aware of these things. The fifth one is professionalism. During your journey of professionalism. Professionalism is very key. In an age where technology is collapsing or collapsing competence barriers, professionalism and ethical conduct may become the distinguishing factor of a good from a bad employee. Ensure you develop your character around a set of core non-negotiable ideals and values. There is no substitute for honesty, respect, truth, fidelity, and diligence. So please embrace them. Majority of us here have been trying to, whenever you want to travel abroad, you apply for a visa, isn't it? And then the response is, come for the interview in January 12th. About 7 months, 8 months. Many of you have known that. But as Kenyans, you start trying to run around trying to find somebody who can help you to bring it forward. And most of you have been very disappointed. I have also been disappointed because I want to go to US. I'm told, come in 90 days. And I want to go next week. So you start calling the ambassador. Your Excellency, I have applied. I'm told, come in October. Is there anything that you can do? She tells you this is the system. So professionalism, you stick to. You don't have to be so discretional in what we are doing. Let us instill professionalism, and we have ethical conduct. Why do you want to help me and leave others? If you want to bring forward everybody of that date. Number 6 is stakeholder or citizen engagement. There is this thing called public participation, which is every other day when people are challenging cases or challenging decisions in courts of law. Every judge is always, every court is breathing life to public participation. To the extent now, that is a central constitutional imperative. Public participation, stakeholder engagement. You cannot make decisions to do some things, and yet whatever decisions you are going to make affects other people. You have to sell your idea, and they have to buy so that you can proceed. So always remember, the offices you hold are held in trust on behalf of the citizens, investors, or other stakeholders. Inbuilt within your systems, adequate mechanism for the voices or for the voice of these stakeholders. Know them and respond to their needs. It is very important. These are the things that will make sure that you stay relevant and technology will not replace professionalism, issues like engaging people, etc. Another one is adapting to disruptions and opportunities. Disruptions, whether driven by technology, economics, or social shifts, societal shift bring challenges and opportunities. As professionals, our response must be agile and proactive, continually upgrading our skills to thrive in a dynamic environment. In leadership, it is not about seeking shelter from storms, but mastering the art of thriving amidst adversity. Rather than viewing digital technology as disruptions, embrace the opportunities presented to elevate public service delivery and contribute significantly to our nation's growth. Ladies and gentlemen, having perused the thematic topics of the conference, I am confident that you have exhaustively explored the potential for transformation presented by the digital age, and that going forward, we will witness greater employment in solving our national challenges, whether in health, agriculture, education, or housing. Let me assure you that under the digital superhighway strategy, the government will continue to prioritize and deploy the last mile Viper connectivity across all the 47 counties. The prospects to improve the lives of our citizens can only get better with our youth, for example, being able to access global digital jobs using the 25,000 public Wi-Fi hotspots prioritized under the beta plan. Before I conclude, I want to say 2 or 3 things. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, this country needs professionals. The reason why we need professionals and people who are truly professionals is to shape the trajectory and the path that this country should take going forward. For a long time, we have put aside our professionalism and decided to pursue interests, personal interests, pursue money, regardless of how you get the money. That is why corruption is all over. That is why there is lack of accountability. That is why there is rampant wastage in public service. That is why if you go to private sector nowadays, not like before, the character, the behavior of officers have gone haywire because we are feared of. And I plead with all professionals and professional bodies to come back to what it was meant to be. To go back and check the code of conduct of every professional's bodies, and to preach and to act and to play and to stick to that professional conduct, and to be true to the calling of whatever profession that you are in. We cannot fight corruption by talking, by going to seminars. But the first line of elimination of corruption are professional bodies. If you take it up seriously, start from training, you establish rewards and punishment at the professional space, for sure, we shall totally change the trajectory of this country in as far as accountability and transparency is concerned. So this country is waiting for all of us. And the country and the citizens of this country are becoming restless, and they are not going to wait for more. Because if money is stolen, you can miss an accountant being complicit. You can miss an engineer if it's an engineering contract. You can miss a secretary because it requires minutes of approval and the rest. You can miss somebody somewhere along the way. And all these are members of particular professional body. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the defining moment. The young people have awakened us. They have asked us, where are you? And they are saying they don't care what you are doing. All what they want is do the right thing. So, amesema. So, let us accept and agree that there has been a problem somewhere. We need to go back to our factory settings. If you are an accountant, be true. If you are a financial expert, be true to it. If you are an auditor, do it professionally. If you are a human resource, like my friend here, do it like never before. If you are a procurement professional, do your job. And the total sum of all that will be a very efficient, effective country, a country that you can trust, a country that is predictable, that investors can trust and put their investment. And there is no shortcut about it. And I always say, it is us to shape our destiny. Accountability. When you are making that decision in your office, like Washuga here, are you making the decision that if somebody else comes to that office and tries or asks to make a decision around it, will it be near what the others will do? Is it discretional? Is it subjective? Is it conflicted? These are fundamental things that we need to agree as professionals. We have messed up our character. We have messed up our moral standings. And we are pursuing money. And I know Kisim is here. I know I was with HRM one time in Naivasha. There is nowhere you are going to spend this money. This money, even when you go and hide in your house, people know that some currency notes are not in circulation. They know that there is money that has stagnated. We don't know where it is, but we are going to look for it, and you'll be found. Let us be satisfied with what we earn and what we work for, and what we can defend and say, yes, this is the money that I worked for, I farmed, I offered my professional services, I worked for a company, it is my salary, and I've invested in this manner, and I'm a billionaire. So I can take a walk, I can go for holiday as you are investigating or examining my books. This is where we want to go. And I'm urging all of us, those who are here and those who will be seeing on televisions and everywhere else, that, ladies and gentlemen, let us be professionals and let us close ranks for the betterment of our future generations. We have to change completely. Let us not be a generation of thieves where we shall remember to be people who plundered and misused resources. No, let us change and let us work so hard to make sure that we bring up a character that is sought after, that everybody will envy and say so and so is of good character. So let us stop these corruption issues everywhere. We are stealing from private sector. You get managers in private sector, they are the ones supplying, they are employing their relatives. They squander shareholders' money by buying this IT equipment every year because they want to get cuts. We know all these things. So as much as government is fighting corruption, even private sector must fight corruption. It has to. And the money that bribes public servants is money that is coming from private sector. Because government does not manufacture IT equipment, they don't do roads. So where is this money coming from that these public servants are being accused of? So both sides, there's the giver and the receiver should beware and wake up and let us do this for the sake of our country and the future generations. So let me conclude by inviting you to join hands with government to accelerate the adoption and deployment of technology in all our sectors and to do so professionally and ethically. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to declare the inaugural 2024 KASNEB Conference for International Professionals officially closed. Asanteni sana.
Our chief guest, thank you so much. It's an honor to have you. Would kindly request that we have a session, a photo session. And I'd kindly request once again the KASNEB CEO together with the KASNEB Chairman of the Board, the PS, and our chief guest. You can please take to the front once again. Makofi tafadhali. We do have a gift for you. Thank you so much, our chief guest. Let us have the gift, please, and a photo session. Immediately after that, we'll have the board members, please be ready. And the senior management of KASNEB, please be ready. And now the gift, please. Let's have the gift being given to the chief guest. Asante sana, courtesy of the KASNEB Chairman of the Board. Makofi tafadhali. Asante sana. Thank you so much. Members of the KASNEB board, please join the photo. Members of the board. The senior management, KASNEB, please, because of time. Senior management, please join. And the organizing committee, Asante sana. Thank you so much. Do the right thing. Asante sana. continuous learning the bedrock of success.